Continuing with the book of Revelation, chapter 6 in particular, we see the breaking of the fifth seal. So what exactly is this fifth seal? In order to correctly understand it, you have to go through the first four seals. So during the time of the tribulation, that is the 7 years that will follow the rapture, the 7 years during which the wrath of the Lord himself will be poured out onto the earth itself and the inhabitants of the earth will experience three types of judgment: the seal judgments, the trumpet judgments, and then the bowl judgments. After that will be the battle of Armageddon and the second coming of Christ. So the beginning of the tribulation starts with the rapture, and the end of the tribulation ends with the coming of the Lord. Directly following the rapture will be the seal judgments. We see, based on the book of Revelation, that the first seal is the white horse, the Antichrist himself being unveiled and ruling the earth. The second seal is the red horse, and we know that this is a horse representing war, when people will turn on themselves and there will be mass bloodshed throughout the earth. The third horse, based on the book of Revelation, is a black horse, and it represents severe famine in all of the world, not just parts, all of the world. The fourth seal we know to be the Chloros horse, and represents death with Hades following, meaning death and hell, where a fourth of the earth will die by various means: wild beasts, sword, plagues, pestilence. And then we see the fifth seal. When John beholds the breaking or the unleashing of the fifth seal, what he sees are souls crying out under an altar, asking the Lord, when will their blood be avenged? So who are these? These are those who have been slain for the testimony of the Lord. These are the people who will be killed during the tribulation. Those who are known as the tribulation saints, those people who realize during the tribulation that Jesus is Lord and they become saved. They refuse to take the mark of the beast and are beheaded by the Antichrist. Their souls cry out from under the altar of God. Now, there's a common thread throughout the entire Bible that the tabernacle of the Lord in the wilderness, as well as the temple of the Lord, the exact makeup of it, the exact design, the order of everything, it is actually a replica of how the Lord has set up his throne room. So based on what we know in the Bible of the setup of the tabernacle and the setup of the temple, there are two altars: the altar of sacrifice and the altar of incense, where prayer is offered. So many Bible scholars do believe in this particular situation, the altar under which the souls are crying out is the altar of sacrifice in the throne room of the Lord. And they cry out from under the altar, asking the Lord when he will avenge their blood. And the answer that the Lord gives is a very interesting one. He tells them just a little while until their number is complete with their brothers and sisters, meaning that there will be many, many, many to be saved during the tribulation. The Bible calls it an innumerable number. Praise be unto the Lamb of God for the people who realize at that point that Jesus is Lord and do not take the mark of the beast and make it into heaven. However, it will be a very difficult thing to do. If you think that it is difficult to get saved now, it's going to be a lot more then. The wisest thing is to receive Jesus today. But what I find so interesting and comforting in this is that the Lord does promise to avenge them. You see, many times when bad things happen during our lives, we feel like, Lord, where were you? How did you let this happen? But there will be a day of recompense. There will be a day when he will make all things right. How wonderful to know that the Lord is a God of justice. He is a God of righteousness. Yes, he is merciful. But the things that have happened that may have been difficult in your life, one day the Lord will make things all right. Friends, keep your eyes on Jesus. He is the only way, the only truth, the only life, and he is the soon coming King. Today is today to receive salvation. Receive him today.